Our next guest speaker is Márcia Aliaga. She is a legal prosecutor, federal prosecutor in Brazil. And she'll provide color on the important work they're doing to represent the people of Brazil and asbestos exposure.
Fernanda Janazzi and Linda Reinstein asked me to exchange some impressions. Well, it is very difficult for me to say something that is not already expressed in this video. It speaks for itself. And it comes for me full of emotion. So despite Fernanda and Linda's request, I asked permission to talk about a visit I made to the people of Bom Jesus da Serra. I owed them this visit because of the respect I have for their history, to their tireless effort to seek justice. Bom Jesus da Serra is located in the state of Bahia, northeast of Brazil. Bahia is renowned for the beauty of the coastal beaches. Although Bom Jesus da Serra is far from the coast and is in the biome we call Sertão, known for its lack of precipitation. So the problems of the people there go far beyond the danger of asbestos. They have also to struggle with the lack of water, the lack of economic prospects, as water deprivation is a huge impediment to agricultural activities or other ventures. The lack of a health system that can deal with all the challenges imposed on a region where asbestos was exploited by a company that left behind all the people who helped them to thrive. Well, Bom Jesus da Serra mine was operated mainly by the French group Saint-Gobain, and it was then sold to the Eternit group, which closed the mine in 1967 without any concern for environmental and social justice issues. The company did not execute any decommissioning or remediation plans. A beautiful lake was formed in the mining excavation left open by the company. Imagine this amount of water in a region that suffers from water deprivation. A blessing? Of course not. It is closer to a curse, as people cannot use it because it poses a health risk, as it still contains asbestos fiber. However, people have free access to the area. Children use the lake for bathing and leisure, and there were still flagrant violations in the use of this water to supply water trucks. Although the company closed the mine in 1967, asbestos is still very much present in the city. The streets used to be paved with the rocks left over from mining activities. Recently, after so many cases of cancer, they covered the streets. However, many houses were built on these rocks. They were used as house foundations, and people cannot afford to get rid of them. I went to the local hospital. I didn't find any doctor. The municipal health secretary told me that they face some difficulties to have doctors there because the city is in a remote area, far from structured cities, and they can't pay much for them. She said they have a high incidence of cancer there. They believe so, But it is difficult to have a cancer diagnosis because the city does not have the capacity to carry out the tests and exams. They count on the help of the state of Bahia, which means that people have to go to Vitória da Conquista, a city 100 kilometers away. But it's not so easy to get there. Sometimes the municipality does not have a car available. Other times they don't even have an ambulance available. And people die in their homes, sometimes without a diagnosis. People are awaiting assistance from the state health system, which was appointed by a judge to analyze their health in order to provide the court with the necessary expert report for SAMA to pay some type of compensation. The lawsuit was filed by the Federal Prosecution Office, and the LPO is out of the process. But we are joining efforts with the federal prosecutor, Roberto Vieira, and trying to speed up the expert reports. This brings us some anxiety as people are running out of time. They need this help right away. They can't wait any longer. Unfortunately, our health system works slowly. They also struggle with lack of people and financial resources. Our justice system is also slow. There are pending appeals in the courts, and everything can be changed overnight. Well, what was I waiting for on this visit? I was expecting anger, greed for compensation even. However, all I could find was kindness, hope, gratitude. In this arid area where so many things are lacking, what they do not lack is love, respect for other human beings. They are fighting. They are hopeful that one day justice will be done, but they struggle with happiness, with each other's support, with a placidity that made me feel ashamed of myself. A few years ago, they lost their leader, Nego, to asbestos. The doctor Ubiratan from INCOR in São Paulo could help him, but he went through difficult times away from his people, from his family. He returned to the city, but he could not live much longer. He was a charismatic leader. I clearly remember the first time I heard his speech, full of emotion, truthfulness, confidence. Nego meant a lot to his people, and it was certainly a great loss. I couldn't even imagine this community without his leadership. But in Sertão, this arid part of our country, they have a cactus called mandacaru. Its flower blooms even without rain. It symbolizes the resistance and the strength of these people. So I dare say the people of Bom Jesus da Serra do justice to the mandacaru flower. They flourished even without their leader, but because of Nego's legacy, because they have a strong sense of community. What else can I say? Inácio, Nego's brother, my friend, keep fighting with your art, which is your best weapon. All of you from Bom Jesus da Serra taught me a great lesson that I will carry with me in my heart to the rest of my life. That we have to keep fighting, but we can't lose our happiness, the joy of having so many good people on our side, supporting us. Otherwise, we won't be able to help anyone. Thank you, Inácio, my friend.